Hi, my name is Shannon.
And I'm Savannah.
And I'm Jenna.
And for the book that we read this week and what we'll be talking about is Tribes by Seth Godin, We Need You to Lead Us. So just a quick overview of the portions of the book that we'll be talking about. First, the book discusses what an effective leader is and what it means to be a leader. Second, it talks about tribes and how using the tribe model that Seth Godin came up with is actually more effective than using the everyday factory model and standard model that most organizations will follow. And third, it talks a lot about how breaking the status quo is actually really effective, whether you're using that in your leadership techniques or whether you're using that in any sort of organization. Making sure that you break the status quo can really set you apart from the other organizations that you're competing against. So first, we're going to go into the key concepts that each of us got from the book.
Yeah, so the first thing that I think is really important in order to understand kind of just all of the concepts of the book is the definition of a tribe, according to Godin. So basically he says that a tribe is any group of people who are connected by a leader, each other, and an idea. He then goes on to talk about how there's 5 components to his thesis. The first is everyone is expected to lead, not just the boss. The second is today's structure of the workplace makes it easy to change things. The third is the market is rewarding those who create change. The fourth is leading is engaging, thrilling, profitable, and fun. And the fifth is everyone has a tribe. It's just a matter of making a connection.
Yeah. And so, going off of that, the sense that a good leader doesn't want a lot of attention. They want the right kind of attention, and they want to be able to use their attention to better their tribe. They want to focus their attention, the attention that they receive, on reinforcing and uniting their tribe. Somebody who wants to stand up and hear their own voice and talk about how great they are as a leader is not a good leader. They're not somebody that's going to be focusing on the goals and the passion of their tribe. They're not going to be identifying the issues and needs of their people that are following them. And so that also goes to say that everybody needs to work together in a tribe. Like, you all need to focus on being the best and bettering the group as a whole and putting all of your energy and time and passion into that. And so you don't want followers who don't really want to contribute. You don't want followers that are just following for the sake of following. You want people who really want, or going in the same direction. They want to achieve the same goal, and they want to actively work towards it. You want followers who have that sense of leadership within themselves and want to take action and take initiative on a local level, even to recruit and to make progress for the organization's goals.
And going off of that, Seth talked a lot about how it's important to recognize when there's people within your tribe who aren't agreeing on the same values as you do. And so Seth Godin talked a lot about how if you feel that your tribe is not on the same page and is not willing to agree and come up with concepts that can help lead your organization, that it's important to maybe switch tribes and start anew. Because you need to make sure to have people within your tribe who are valuing the same things as you, who are taking what you're saying and taking it into account, as well as leaders in the tribe who are understanding of their other tribe members and people within their organization. So you need to make sure that that the tribe that you do have is willing to move forward with you, and if not, you might have to start anew and see what other people might follow you when you decide to start a new tribe. And also talking about leaders, Seth gave examples about how Steve Jobs actually experienced a lot of failure within his career, but we never regard him as somebody who's failed in the tech industry or who has failed as a president or CEO of a company. We highly regard him as one of the most effective leaders of all time. But that doesn't mean to say that he's never failed in his past. Before the Mac and before the iPhone, there were computers like the Next, which we've never heard of, that he came up with, but it didn't succeed, it failed. And there was also a Mac 3, but that also we've never heard of either, because that's something that was a failure of his, but then he was able to learn from his failures and therefore create the iPhone and the new MacBooks that everybody owns today and that everybody knows today. So it's important to know that failure is actually a great journey on your way to success, that you had to experience failure in order to experience success as well. And additionally, we also want to talk about really what each of us feel that you guys should add to your portfolio that we're going to be coming up with together at the end of the semester. And for me personally, I feel like a really good concept that Seth Godin described was the thermostat versus the thermometer model. So somebody who is a thermometer is somebody who sees a problem, they complain about it a lot, but they don't do anything to fix it. And obviously that's not an effective way to work within an organization or a tribe. However, a thermostat is somebody who sees the problem, tries to understand where the root of the problem is, and therefore using their understanding of it, try to go ahead and fix whatever issue is arising within their tribe or company. So you obviously, as a leader or even a member of a tribe, you'd rather be somebody who's a thermostat, who's willing to see the problem, understand the problem, and work from it to resolve the problem.
Yeah, something that was really important to me for not only my portfolio, but something that I think that others can learn from is the first component to Godin's thesis, which was that everybody is expected to lead, not just the boss. And in the book, he gives the example of Thomas Barnett. He worked at the Pentagon, he was at the bottom, and literally the chapter titles that leading from the bottom. And basically one day he gave a 3-hour PowerPoint presentation kind of focusing on the key ideas of improving the functioning of the Pentagon. And he was saying all of these things that I guess a lot of people were thinking, but they just didn't have the courage to say. And so Thomas Barnett was able to create his own tribe. The Pentagon changed their overall structure. And the Wall Street Journal actually said that he was viewed as a key figure. So he went from the bottom to a key figure in a matter of a 3-hour PowerPoint presentation. And I think that's something that we can all learn from, because it doesn't take anyone exceptional to be a leader. Godin defines leadership as creating change that you believe in. So a leader is anyone who wants something to change and has the courage to act on it.
Yeah. A concept that I thought was a really kind of something you don't usually think about in terms of like large organizations is Godin really emphasized to focus on making your tribe tighter. Not necessarily larger, but tighter. And so the tighter your tribe, the more you're actually going to have that connection and that loyalty, and people willing to listen to the leader and actually try to coordinate and take action on what the leader is speaking on and believing in. So yes, you can like go on social media and just try to get as many fans as you want, but they're not going to have a real passion for what the tribe is, and they're not going to really interact, and they're not really going to contribute. You want the people who are invested, and if you have people who are invested, then they will talk to other people like them, and they'll really portray like what the tribe is about, and others who want that same thing will come to you. You don't want to, it doesn't really help anything to just do mass media and get a bunch of people that are like, oh, that's cool, but like, so I'll like follow along, but don't actually have the passion for it. It'll build itself if it's something worth building.
And going into that, additionally, Godin referred to a tribe as the most effective type of media channel, like what Sav was saying. So while CNN and Yahoo News are something that obviously we regard as like a formal media channel, if you build a tribe that's strong enough, it can be a media channel in itself, whether that be online, on TV, whether you as a tribe publish something. It's the new form in organizations that can actually help promote your business, which I think is really important. And additionally, something that we all found, a quote that we all found really important, although it doesn't necessarily talk about leadership, it talks about passion, and passion I think is a huge part of leadership in itself. So a quote that we just wanted to leave you guys with was, instead of wondering when your next vacation is, maybe you ought to set up a life you don't need to escape from. So that's something that really resonated with all of us in this book, because I think all of us, obviously getting our masters right now, trying to figure out what the next steps are in each of our lives, whether we hope to one day be effective leaders or not. It's important that whatever we're leading in or whatever we choose a career path in, we absolutely love it. We have a huge passion for it, because Godin does say that if you have absolutely no passion about whatever you're doing in your life or career, there's no way that you're going to be able to succeed in that. So if you hate your job, there's no way that you're going to be able to get promoted in your job. If you hate your job, there's no way that your job or your corporation or your tribe will be the leading organization in the country. So passion is a huge, huge role in building your tribe and building your organization as a whole. And I think that really sums up what this book is completely about. So if you guys have any questions, let us know, and thank you so much.
Thank you.